A remarkable story of survival from this Brockport woman. She was trapped in her car for 9 hours after losing control and crashing into a tree.
They say that the car flipped a few times, I think like 3 times, and then it hit the tree, which stopped the car from flipping.
That is Dawn Dunlap, who considers herself to be a miracle, and she says God sent the Good Samaritan who finally found her.
Dunlap suffered broken ribs, a collapsed lung, and a severed artery in that Byron crash on November 30th. She sat down with me today to share her story and say thank you to those who saved her. This is what Dawn Dunlap's car looked like the morning of December 1st, mangled and wrapped around a tree.
So they were completely baffled when they saw the car, that someone was actually alive in that vehicle.
Alive and trapped for the last 9 hours. It was about 10 p.m. the night before. Dunlap was headed home. She swerved to avoid a deer.
And the next thing I actually remember is waking up in my car.
She tried to get out but was pinned. Her worried family was calling her cell phone. It was out of reach.
And I could see it was on the other side of the car lighting up. And I tried to use my one arm to get over there to reach in where the light was, but I couldn't reach it.
She screamed for help, banged on her car to make noise, but as night fell, no one heard her cries for help. Dunlap says she was determined to survive for her children, 3-year-old Annabelle and Noah, just 2 months at the time of the crash.
The thought that I would never see them again, I think that's what pushed me the hardest.
Dunlap said a prayer.
I said, I'm ready, I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid of death, but I want to be able to raise my kids if you can help me. And I do believe that he was with Mark and guided Mark back to me.
Mark is this man, a Good Samaritan who drove by the scene the next morning. A quarter-mile down the road, he turned around.
And something just kept telling him, go back, go back, go back. So he turned around and came back and went to my car and found me.
Dunlap survived the night in 21-degree weather. She had 10 broken ribs, 2 broken collarbones, 1 collapsed lung, the other punctured, and her left arm had been severed. She remembers being reunited with her children in the hospital.
I cried. I tried so hard not to because I wanted my daughter to see me happy, but I couldn't fight it off completely.
Dunlap is home now recovering, thankful to everyone who played a role in saving her, especially the man who found her.
He doesn't really want to take any credit for, he doesn't feel like, I'm not a first responder or a rescuer. And I explained to him, I said, but you were my first responder. You're my hero. You saved my life.
Incredible story coming up at 6. How Dunlap says the way she was pinned in her car actually saved her life, and what else she believes played a role in her survival.